Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. This week our Torah portion is Beha'alotecha, and in that Torah portion there are all sorts of interesting pieces, but one that jumps at me is a section that's sort of buried two-thirds of the way into the Torah reading that talks about the Israelites complaining. Our people for the longest time has known how to Shrei Gevalt as well or better than anybody, and Lord knows we all know how to complain. But our Israelite ancestors got to a point where they're complaining to Moses about missing the foods they had in Egypt and missing their lifestyle in Egypt. That complaint seems absurd because they were slaves. It wasn't that they had such a great life, but they were afraid of what they were seeing in the wilderness. They were afraid of this unknown, and they didn't know what to do. And in a sense, what they were really missing was the notion of gratitude. You see, when they left Egypt, they left what was a safe, structured life. They knew where things were, to a vast unknown. They had no idea what was going to happen. And instead of feeling grateful for all of these new opportunities, they instead got sad and scared and fearful. And so they started complaining. And so the question for us is, how do we do that in our own lives? Do we recognize the freedom that we have, the big picture sort of freedom, or do we allow ourselves to get caught up in the minor details, the smaller things, and let fear win? My sense is that the gratitude piece that our ancestors were missing is something that we can ourselves manufacture. If we can figure out a way to feel grateful for where we live in the world, our general health and well-being, then we can accomplish what they couldn't, which is that we could see that our world is infinitely filled with possibility, and that to look around the world is to see a huge open canvas just waiting to be painted and developed by us. Our ancestors saw the little details. They got scared. Our answer is to be grateful for what we have and to see what's yet possible. I hope you'll have a Shabbat filled with that kind of gratitude this week, celebrating with family and friends and with our temple family. Shabbat services Friday evening are at 6 o'clock. We'll be outside, hoping the weather, of course, holds. And we have a wonderful cookout sponsored by the Brotherhood that will take place just after services. Saturday morning, of course, services are at 11, preceded by text study at 9 and Torah study at 10. And we're now into summer hours, so we have our office closes a little earlier, around 3 o'clock. Next Friday evening is the first of our Park Series services. We'll be at Thorndon Park celebrating the 4th of July, which is great fun, and we have services throughout the summer in different parks around town. For now, though, I wish you a Shabbat filled with gratitude, a sense of just how good our lives are. Even with all the problems in our world today, and there are many, there are so many good things about our lives. And most of the time we get so busy and so caught up, we miss all of those wonderful things. Our Torah portion this Shabbat reminds us, don't forget all of the goodness. Don't forget to be grateful, to say thank you for all that we have and all that is still possible in our world. I wish you a Shabbat filled with gratitude and with a sense of possibility and limitless hope. Shabbat Shalom for now. Look forward to seeing you at the temple.